important to find players you can really commit to in these first few rounds. You'd hate to have to readdress these same positions later on. No surprise to see a few Denver Broncos in this draft. Here's a chance for the second one to come up. Boy, you talk about a talented player. This guy's one of the best around. Instant impact right there. That's a big leap forward from what they had on the roster to begin with. In these middle rounds, you have to start asking yourself, do you settle for what's available now, or do you try and push your luck? Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you make, and there's a pick that does fill a hole, but I'm not sure that it's really going to be the one that improves the overall squad a tremendous amount. Boy, you talk about a friendly turn to the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches, or someone who can really help you out at a playmaker type spot? Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. These are tough decisions here, offense or defense. Which side has the more pressing need? Whoever's making the final decision here might have a coordinator in each year. Oh, and that's a key upgrade right there. He's versatile, athletic, and a big upgrade over what they had. This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front, or get yourself someone who could, maybe not the pick that's going to change this team's fortune, but he is an improvement over what they had.
Thank you, Larry. So the picks are in. We welcome you to this Draft Champions contest. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, ready to call the action. And let's get to it. Down to the field. It's time for kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Darian Stewart there to bring him down. They had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's...
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. On third down, Elway. He's going to go up top again. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Delvin Breaux with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That can be a downside of putting together a team in.
My second body cost a lot. After I bought it, I just wore it home. Reading philosophy and gossip rags. Spending my bottom dollar on my toes. I'm a pacifist who's never not been pacified. I'm a piece of... It's a point of pride. I'm the super rich complaining I want more in life. Cry, baby, cry, oh, cry, baby, cry, oh. I don't really care where I stand in the winner's circle. Make room for a man from the middle with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish. But I don't care, it don't make no difference to me. I don't understand what you're saying, only gotta listen. Make room for a man on a mission with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish. But don't care, it don't make no difference. I lost the weight and then I start to tumble. My mom betrayed me many years ago.
Thank you very much, Larry Ridley. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. We are ready for this draft champions matchup as you get a quick peek at some of the stars in today's game. We're ready to go. Let's get down to kickoff. Two teams here amped and ready for football, and off we go in week 2 of draft champions. Dante Moncrief now here on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Love. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. He's going to take another shot here. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first. Thank you, Larry. Brandon Gaudin, along with Charles Davis here in the booth. We are set for a spectacular draft champions matchup and some spectacular talent on your screen right now. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get down to the field for kickoff. The getting to know each other process is over. Time to get down to it. And we're off in week 3 of Draft Champions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Watkins alone on the left side. Throwing now, Elway on first down. Forced out to his left. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Marcus Wheaton was the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync. Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now it's Elway. They set up the screen to Hill. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
A really nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before.
When he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
So the offense lining up first and 10. On first and 10, Elway. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cedric Thornton in there to get him for a loss of 5. Play action, Elway. And this is caught at the 8. That one goes for 24 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. C.J. Anderson punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Now a run with Anderson. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
Yeah, he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Able to find Harris, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone, sometimes you're throwing it between the zones, sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Into the red zone now. Manning looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On 2nd down, Anderson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Now it's Elway.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. These short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Elway. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And an alley to run. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went in the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Manning. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
On the move to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We're back to Arrowhead after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And complete on the right side. It's Tammy. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Screen play, Anderson. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Play action. It's Elway. This will be caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
In the backfield is Anderson. 5 yards to go for the offense. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. C.J. Anderson with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Scobie now for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On play action, it's Manning. Surveying the field. He's going to sling this deep downfield. J.J. Nelson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. It's Floyd on the right.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire.
If I'm not mistaken, home team mate, 2 3s on my feet, then a pump fake. Baby girl, grab the group, kiss it, sweat, leave, miss it, gonna take it quicker. Hottest on the planet, got the place lit up. Side, got expensive taste, sight and touch. We ain't on the same team, cheer up. Bunch of that make sit up.
All right, Larry, hope everyone is settled in for a great Draft Champions contest. Here, lucky to witness it. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. These guys that you see on your screen, they won't be witnessing. They will be participating in what should be an excellent game. Let's get down to the field. It's time for kick. The veteran Josh Scobie about set to get us started. And off we go in Draft Champions game number 4. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Watkins alone on the left side. On first, they'll throw with Elway. And this one complete to Martellus Bennett. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Vinny Curry able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. Big sack on 2nd down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to float this one deep right side. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
This is taken around the 12. Fighting through. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, Ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Off the play fake. Elway. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On third down, Elway. Deep drop. He's going to air one out. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Play clock hit 0. Don't know what went wrong there, Charles, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Has to be some organization from the sideline. Sometimes when you're trying to decide on what play to send in, the play caller has to move a little bit faster.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. They'll indeed go for it with Elway. He's going to try and go deep again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Colt Bob Sanders. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On second down, here's Rodgers. Caught. It's Cruz, left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, it's Howard. He only needed a few inches. He didn't even get that. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that, try to hit the tight end Bennett, but it's intercepted. Picked by Bob Sanders. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. The New York